So I think we've all been itching for a new RWBY game for a while now. Like the last game that we got, not counting the mobile games and all that stuff, was RWBY Glim Eclipse. And while we did get a new version of that game, it was mostly just like new costumes and stuff like that. It wasn't really anything big. Last year though, we did get a confirmation that WayForward was working with Rooster Teeth to develop a new RWBY game. And it was going to be set in between Volume 7, which was actually planned, which was why that we got that like sort of a time skip, little tiny time skip in between the volume. I think it was like chapter 5 or chapter 4. That's when like we got that like montage. This is when it's going to be taking place. And this is going to take place when Ironwood was still like working with Team RWBY and the Aesops was working with Team RWBY. Like we see Ironwood giving commands towards Team RWBY. We see Clover, somebody who is long dead, talking to Team RWBY, I guess giving them pointers or something like that. So I think this is a good time I think this is a perfect place to set a new story, because this was during a time when everything was like more or less peaceful, so you can kind of just add anything. And apparently, like I said, that was purposeful. So I think that's really cool that they actually thought ahead and purposely put a time skip in order to put like new stories into the series, because this is actually canon. Everything that happens in this game actually happened in the series. For starters, we start off the trailer with a small little cutscene, and it's actually like a cutscene, so we actually see Team RWBY fighting, which I think is really cool. I wonder if the whole game is going to have cutscenes like this, because these cutscenes look like they came directly from the show itself. Like they actually look really good. So I wonder if we're actually going to be getting more cutscenes that look this good. Something that is really strange is they're fighting Atlas soldiers and they're fighting like Atlas robots, even though they're supposed to be working with Atlas at this time. So I'm wondering, is this just for the trailer, or are we going to get cutscenes like this? And if so, is this a cutscene in the show? I mean, in the game? And if that's the case, why the heck are they fighting Atlas personnel when they should be working with Atlas? So it's a bit confusing. Maybe this is just for the trailer and it doesn't actually matter for the actual game. Or this could be training, which if that's the case, then this is pretty deadly training. But then we start to actually look into the game and we get like some character art, which I think is really cool. Ironwood looks really good. He sort of reminds me of Santa Claus. I don't know, maybe it's the beard, but he just looks very calm and nice and sweet here. So we move on to the actual gameplay of the game, and we see that it's going to be like a sort of 2D format. So it's going to be very different from Grim Eclipse. And as somebody who actually prefers 3D to 2D, I think RWBY is better for a 2D game, because like I feel like 2D is going to give them a more opportunity to make better combo attacks, which I think is very important for like a game that has to do with RWBY. It sort of reminds me of the train scene actually from Volume 2. We definitely got scenes that felt like a video game during those fights, and I feel like we can get something very similar with this game. The character models themselves look okay. I admit they kind of look wonky, and Yang's running seems a little bit strange, but overall, like the fighting, it looks so far it's very simple. We see that you can choose between the 4 girls, RWBY, Weiss, Blake, Yang. I'm not sure if we're gonna get to play as Team Juniper, as Oscar, as the Aesops, as Crow. Hopefully that's the case. That is one of the things that people have been begging for in Grim Eclipse. So hopefully they listen to that game and actually like give you more of a character selection in this game. So hopefully it's not just RWBY. Hopefully we do get to play as Oscar, as John, as as Ren, as Nora, as the Aesops, so on and so forth. But so far we see here that we're following Team RWBY at the moment, and it seems like each character gets their own health bar, so you're not sharing a health bar, which I think is really cool. I'm guessing each one is going to have their own combos, each one's going to have their own special attacks, so on and so forth. We also have a map at the top right corner, which I heard that this game is going to be a sort of like, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Miles say something about this being sort of open worldish, but in a way like, I'm guessing like sort of similar to Mario in a way. Like you unlock this section once this section is complete. You unlock this section once this section is complete. So this sort of reminded me of like Mario, and maybe that's going to be how it is. I'm not sure. Maybe it'll be similar to like Kingdom Hearts, where you start off in this level, but you can only continue once you beat this other level. So maybe it's going to be something like that. Once again, not sure. So we follow them through the caves. Apparently we're going to be seeing them through Mantle. Here we get to see them going through Atlas. So we're going to be getting like those familiar places. But Miles did say that we will also be getting new areas as well that we haven't seen in the show, which I think is actually, that sounds actually pretty interesting. I wonder if it's going to be different civilizations or if it's going to be different specific like locations, like maybe the Huntress's base. Maybe we do see possibly more Huntresses at the end of this clip, so I will be going back to that in a second. We can also be getting new environmental places, so like deeper into the tundra, maybe more different caves or something like that. Meryl looks very strange in this artwork, I'm not gonna lie. Like, he looks a little bit too pretty boyish. He looks like those characters that's in those like Decision mobile games, doesn't he? Like, he looks a little bit too pretty in my opinion. It's whatever, I guess. And then we also get the fan art for, the girls as well, which I think they all look really good. Blake is definitely my favorite by a long shot. But yeah, we also get some Grim in the background too. This Grim on the left looks very different, very interesting. I'm imagining we're gonna be getting a lot more like Tundra Grim, maybe some new Grim as well, which I think will be pretty cool. So yeah, we haven't gotten anything on plot. We haven't gotten anything like, you know, too detailed about the game. Like I said, they do plan on having another conference on Sunday, I believe. So look out for that, because I believe that's where we're going to be getting a lot more information. Hopefully we'll get like the plot and the villain and all that stuff on that day as well. And then the clip ends with a small cutscene of what I think might be a couple more Happy Huntresses. I do think, I don't know, like, have we seen all of the Happy Huntresses? I feel like we haven't. Like, I feel like there should be more than like 4 Happy Huntresses. So I think maybe this is more of the Happy Huntresses, or maybe this is a completely new group. Maybe the villains, maybe just like more allies. Hopefully we get to play as them as well if they are the allies. But yeah, we don't know yet. Even though we don't have a lot of information, I'm still pretty excited for it. Hopefully we do get more on the gameplay, because I feel like the gameplay wasn't shown that much. Like, I'd like to see some combos. I like to see if it's possible, like a special attack using the character's semblances. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I definitely want to see from the gameplay itself. Also, if we're going to get to play as other characters, Team Junior, the Aesops, Ironwood, Crow, I'd love to play as all of them. So yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see. Nonetheless, I am pretty excited. This is coming out in 2022. There's no month yet, there's no specific date, but yeah, just look out for that. It's coming next year, hopefully real soon next year. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed all 3 of my videos. Hopefully they're all out. Hopefully you guys, no problems, and you guys were able to see all of them. And yeah, I really don't know how to end this. I guess tell me what merchandise you guys are interested in, and if you guys are planning on getting it in the comment section down below. And I'll see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this panel update, and I hope to see you guys for the next one that is coming out Sunday. And then I'll also be doing the Red versus Blue panel, which is Monday, I believe, which I'm sure I'll have a lot to say about that as well. So yeah, if you guys want to see all those things, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. If I didn't say this in the previous videos, I really appreciate it. If you guys end up enjoying this video, you can like, comment, subscribe. All those things really help me out with the algorithm and all that stuff. And subscribe and let you guys know when I upload next. I do plan on doing a lot more with RWBY. I want to do like the book reviews. I want to do the reacting when the volume 9 comes out. I want to do it all. So if you guys want to see all that stuff, you want to see my face talking about this show, then subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Until then, bye.